Listen, if you are so blinded.
No, you just said that Babylonians in the time of King Solomon were Muslims.
When did I say that?
You said they invented numbers.
When did I say that?
You said that Muslims invented numbers.
When did I say that?
Arab numbers.
When did I say that? None of them I said that. None of them.
Yes, you
so
someone,
none of them.
Brother,
Watch the video. When you are,
listen, I'm a tourist here. I don't
listen. What I'm saying, the reason I'm asking to watch the video is when you see the playback, the 5 statements that you made, I said none of those things. Someone's whispering in your ears that I'm saying this. Have a conversation with me and not with Satan.
Numbers.
I didn't say that. Does anyone hear? Did anyone hear I said Muslims invented numbers?
Yes, you say.
How come no one heard that and you heard
Brother,
that? Wait. How come only you heard it? Because someone who was whispering in your ears.
I can talk with anyone who won't insult my intelligence. I respect you.
Oh no, I am not having an intelligent conversation.
Yes.
You know what?
You
Speak for your own self.
You asked me, what numbers do I use? Who invented those numbers?
When did I say that? When did I say that?
A few minutes ago, brother.
Hang on. Ask anyone. Did I answer that question? Sorry.
You said it.
What was my answer? Zoom in on this camera because we want to expose this liar as well. When did I answer? Hang on. When did I say that? Hang on.
About 3 minutes ago.
What did I say?
I'm just drinking my coffee.
What did I say?
I'll repeat it for you.
What did I say?
Because there's recordings and stuff. I don't want to
Now he doesn't want to get exposed. The liars are exposed by the cameras. That's why cameras are good in one sense. They expose the hypocrites, they expose the liars, and they expose the ignorance. People who have knowledge, they will see and know. Yep, this person speaking unknowledge.
You were speaking for 10 minutes about science.
Yeah. Do you know why?
And I told you that Islam is 600 years after Christ.
So what?
And you said before Christ about some advanced technology, before Christians, before the Jews, you said that was Islam.
No, I said.
You're talking about for 10 minutes.
Because there's a language barrier, maybe that's why you don't understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand exactly
Good.
what you said.
When did I say
good,
Muslims invented science? I said no. Muslims developed the scientific methodology. If you disagree,
That's also not true.
okay. Go and study about this history of
Every other culture has scientific method. But as far as
which culture? Which culture? The scientific that we know about.
Where was the first university in the world?
Where
was?
You tell me where.
No, where is?
No, I want to know from you where.
Eastern Arab country. Morocco.
Eh?
Eastern Arab country, Arabic country.
Arab country. Why?
Yes, where?
Why?
No, I'm asking you because you said you invented scientific method that we know today, that we use today.
I want to ask you. If you disagree,
Christians made
wait.
Scientific method we use today. It's from
Which
Catholic
Christian?
Church.
Which Christian?
Catholic Church.
Which Christian?
Catholic Church started first schools in the Western civilization.
Hang
You
on.
tell me that the West owns everything they know.
Okay.
You. That's what you said.
May I ask you a
If
question?
you say that you didn't say that, I'm lying.
What
Because
is
you're lying.
what is the scientific
You're lying
methodology?
now, brother.
Now you're accusing me of a liar.
No,
Look at the level of desperation.
It's not desperation.
At least have the decency. Be civilized. I can teach you some civilized manner. At least you can say you are wrong rather than saying you're a liar. I'm not going to say you're lying. I will say you may be mistaken. Right?
No, you're definitely lying.
Hang on. You from Croatia don't give a bad name to creations because people are watching and saying, look at this creation individual. I don't want them to generalize. Not all creations are like him. He is just an individual. So treat him like an individual, right? Don't generalize. So now, don't give a bad name to the creations. I'm sure they're good people. Not as bad as what people are making you as. He's not a bad people, maybe. He's just not having the words to say it. Look, what are the objective truths that you can share about Christianity is the question I asked.
No, you approached me. You need to convince me.
So, no. I asked you, could you share some objective truth of Christianity? And I want to hear about it. Instead, you are giving your personal subjective experience. Leave your personal subjective experience, you and mine and the Hindus and everyone else's, because it doesn't necessarily mean our experience are true. What can you share to the whole world? Because now the whole world is listening. The objective truth of Christianity.
Personal relationship with God.
That's
so
not
many
objective. That's personal.
Yes, of course,
that's
because
subjective.
You see so many people who have the same experience as you.
Do you know what's the objective and subjective, what it means?
Yes, I know.
Tell me what it means.
I cannot go 2,000 years in the past and show you, look, there is a cross. I cannot do that.
No, what does it mean objective?
I cannot even go 1,400 years ago and say, look, this is Muhammad. Have you seen Muhammad?
What does it mean, subjective truth and objective? Subjective evidence and objective evidence. What does it mean? What's the difference between the two?
You don't accept my personal experience. You say
No, what-
that's subjective.
What is the difference between subjectivity and objectivity? That's what I'm asking.
I'm telling you that when you receive such subjective experience, it can become objective because your word will, the verb believe becomes verb know. Now I know God exists. I used to believe and now I know because I had experience.
So if you have your own feelings, own experience,
Okay.
this is your own, which has been subjective to you, right? Not to me.
I can show you by Quran that you're wrong.
1 second.
If you want.
When we say something subjective, your own experience is subjective to you and not to mine, right?
Okay, let's use Quran. Who is the
Excuse
father?
me.
Who is the father of Jesus?
Excuse me.
Who is his father?
Excuse me. Subjectivity means experience of your own. Yeah? To you and not to mine.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Right. And what is objectivity?
But something is objective, it is true. Objectivity is objectivity. I don't know what you mean.
No. What does it mean, objectivity? Is it going to be subjective to your own or not subjective to your own?
Yes, but that's what I said. The collective experience. That's what makes it objective.
So if collectively Hitler and his people considered the Jewish people, wait,
they're wrong.
Hear me out. You know.
That's by force. That's free choice.
Excuse me.
No, you say. You don't understand.
Why don't you let me finish?
No, because
you know what I'm getting at.
No.
Okay, you finish, then I will say what I have to say. Tell me when you're finished.
No.
Go on. I'll let you speak for 2 minutes, then I will continue. Go on. Go ahead.
It's not
2 minutes, brother.
I don't
Someone,
need-
2 minutes.
It's not about I need something.
And I'm
It's
going to talk
what
about
I
Hitler.
want. What I want. You're forcing someone. I have many people coming from Croatia, from your countries, and they say we are afraid to go to Iran, to Iraq. I don't want to be a Muslim anymore. My family would kill me. I have a friend from Iraq. His father was
He's
killed.
defining
because
subjectivity
he
and
said-
objectivity, by the way.
Because he said. they
Remember,
killed my father.
he's defining objectivity. When the 2 minutes is finished, let me know.
Okay, now you're finished. Okay.
You're finished? Thank you.
You're
Without
not
it,
finished. You
No.
don't want to listen to me.
you have said what you have
No, I
said.
understand.
Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn to
I know,
speak.
but he wants to. He's making something different.
So it's now my turn to speak. I hope you're not going to interrupt and interject. Thank you very much, because you can be a gentleman. I'm sure you are. So what I'm saying, what you said is objectivity is if collective of people decide, that becomes objective. Then I'm saying, okay, let's understand that.
That's scientific method
You're-
also. Somebody
you
says
are
something and then most people check
interrupting.
it out and say that's it.
You're not acting like a gentleman now.
You interrupted me
I
many
am
times also.
speaking,
You interrupted me.
and you agreed that you would not interrupt when I'm speaking. Like I didn't interrupt when you speak. I even gave you 2 minutes, and you didn't take 2 minutes. That's your problem. So I expect the same kind of civilized behavior.
No, brother, I'm here. You approached me and stopped filming.
Don't cry,
approached me.
don't cry like a baby.
No, I'm not
We're having
crying.
an adult
I'm not
conversation.
crying. I'm not
having
crying.
an adult conversation.
No,
so let me
We
continue.
can't have normal conversation.
Adult
You
conversation.
lied so many times.
Now you're now attacking the person.
What he like?
Brother, it's okay. You're attacking the person.
Everything that is simple.
Just give it 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. If you don't want the whole 2 minutes, you're not going to have the whole 2 minutes. Let him finish. It's done.
So, when you said it's collective, if collective people decide, then it becomes objective. So my understanding from this is okay. If that is what you think objectivity is, if Germany, Hitler, and the people within the country collectively decided that Jewish people are bad people, they should be all killed, that is an objective
No,
truth.
that's not.
Wait, let me finish. I'm not finished yet.
No, it's not. No, it's
Brother,
not. It's not.
I'm not finished yet. So that means
not what it
that
means.
becomes the objective truth. That means yes, they are bad people and they need to be wiped out like what Hitler tried to do. Is that what you mean?
Basically, what you
Is this what you mean by objectivity?
No.
Then try again then. Give you another chance. Explain to me what is
No, you're
objectivity.
trying to take me to a place where I need to use scientific method to prove something. You're
No.
trying to take me 2,000 years ago and say,
No,
look,
just simply what is objectivity as opposed to subjectivity.
objective. How do we determine the objective truth? Yes, by empirical experiences, empirical evidences. You know what imperial means? Empirism.
Empiricism does not give you objective truth.
What gives you?
Science is nothing to do with truth. Science is approximation of understanding the reality, and more with the scientific advancements of technology and technological tools, we know more. At one point, the same scientists at that time thought the earth was flat, but now we have developed more tools that we can go outside the earth in our, what are they called, satellites, and observe the whole earth by orbiting it, that it's not flat anymore. So the scientists can always develop and know more, but that doesn't mean this is objective reality. They do not talk about objective truth. Science is just an approximation of the world and the reality and how they observe it to be so. And our understanding evolves and develops, even changes drastically. But when it comes to subjective and objective, what we're dealing with, subjectivity is to deal with your own self, your own experience, your own views. Okay? Your view may be different than his, and they may be contradictory. You may be a Christian and he's a Muslim. You believe God has a son, he believes God doesn't have a son. They cannot both be true. Do you see that point? They cannot be both be true because they're subjective. Objectivity is when you leave aside all of this subjectivity aside and you understand the world as it is in reality. So God exists in reality whether you like it or not. As a subjective individual, an atheist might say, God doesn't exist. But it doesn't take away the reality, the objective reality that God does exist. That's what I mean by that. So now, independent of your subjective experience, my friend, can you share me objective truth of Christianity?
That's the main problem with you. To you, God is the master. To me, God is the father.
So basically, I've given you
So
opportunities.
To me,
Fair enough.
you have a relationship with God.
So now,
You're like his servant. I'm his son. That's the difference.
So now, as you've realized, there is nothing so far that you can share about the objective truth of Christianity, even
That's
after.
evidence is when you feel something with your
Can I
heart.
talk?
When you
Even
feel some
after.
relationship with God. That's not
Even, brother,
There is. That's the best evidence there is.
even after giving you several opportunities, please. Even
God
after.
is the father.
Can I?
He's the Lord master. What would you say?
I'm going to talk. Even after giving you several opportunities to show the objective truth of Christianity, which you could not, now try again then. I'll give you one more chance.
No, I won't give you. You're playing your game. I know what you're
I'm
doing,
giving you an
but
opportunity so we can learn about it. We can learn. Go ahead.
You don't accept it.
May I speak to him instead? Because he seems to have something.
Isn't the best method if somebody is an atheist, how can he become a believer? If he feels something, if he feels God's presence. God is all powerful.
Are you a Christian?
Go away, you moron. Go away, you moron. You're an absolute moron.
The truth of Christianity is based, must be based on objective truth of Christianity. Do you know of those objective truths that Christians talk about? Do you need to hold on? Well, because I'm a Christian, very mobile. All I'm asking is, what are the
think it'd be good if you had two tripods?
I think so.
Because I've got another one. You gotta bring that next time.
Right. What in the Bible demonstrates objective truth?
Are you still here? Go away.
Sorry, brother. If you can just tell me
I'd be surprised if you didn't have a life. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if your children abandon you. I wouldn't not be surprised if your children abandon you.
So let me understand what you just said. Let me understand what you just said. And see whether you agree with your own paradigm and principle. We read in not one document, in so many documents, in the two more writings of the Egyptians and hieroglyphics, that there's a God of the overworld and a God of the underworld. So many writings over so much period of time. Because people wrote it in so many collective ways. Historical evidence, now according to your criteria, there exists God of the overworld and God of the underworld. Is that what you're saying? No.